All right. So, with all this talk of Far Cry, I figured since, Far Cry is one of my favorite game series, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a ranking of my personal ranking of the Far Cry games. Now, as always, this is just my personal list, so if you think a game should be higher or lower on the list, that's totally fine. I'm always excited to see what you guys have to say regarding, these games. So, yeah, just my personal opinion. And yeah, so let's get started. We're going to go from least favorite to favorite. And at the bottom of the list is going to be a little heretical. The first Far Cry. Look, guys, it's a cool action game. I get it. It's a cool action game, but like Far Cry 1 has a lot it's basic. Like it is very basic. I think they were trying to figure out something and it just wasn't there yet. It just didn't crack the game yet. Like they just hadn't figured out like some like how to properly do this game and this series. It's really not anyone's favorite as far as I'm concerned. It's like I haven't really seen anyone go, yeah, but Far Cry 1 though. I mean, it's the first game, you got to give it some respect, and I do give it respect. But it is just not fun. It's just not it's not a great game. So, moving on now to the next game on this list, and that's Far Cry 6. Look, Far Cry 6 is not as terrible as people make it out to be. I have heard people talk about Far Cry 6 like literally they have talked about it like they just witnessed a war crime. And funny enough, that's kind of what the game is about, is war crimes, or at least some of it. But look, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Having said that, though, it is a buggy game. And also, it is really repetitive. And by this point, this is the Far Cry series on a whole, where it does get pretty repetitive in a lot of cases. This game also doesn't have, the enemies aren't great. You have Giancarlo Esposito as your main villain, and you make him boring. That is like a unfeathered, I don't even know how you do that. Like, how do you make Giancarlo Esposito a boring enemy? I don't know how you do that. You waste Giancarlo Esposito? What? Also, the voice acting's not great. The characters are kind of bland, and it's a pretty game to look at. I will say that it's a very pretty game, but like on a whole, this game is so just it's tired. It feels like everyone working on this game was tired of the experience. They were tired of making this game. There was very little stuff put in here, like effort put in this game. The pets are fun though. We'll say that. So yeah. Moving right along, we have Far Cry 2. This is where you start to see like the pieces of what the Far Cry series would become. But having said that, though, Far Cry 2, it's not there yet. Like, it's very clear that we're getting there, but we're not there yet in terms of what this franchise could be about. I think it's kind of cool that the hero from the first game becomes the main villain of this game. They confirmed it. That's not a rumor. I also really do like just the setting, like West Africa. You got to fight the wildlife and rebel forces out there. That's really cool. But again, this game, at least for me, was buggy. It was also just again, there's that repetition problem. Just not great. Just not great. So those three games of the Far Cry games, I'm usually of the mindset of, man, these weren't really that fun. Like, these were not all that great. But from here on out, these Far Cry games, absolutely love them. 100% absolutely love them. So let's get started. Starting off, we have Far Cry Primal. Far Cry Primal is awesome. It's such a cool idea. Just have a Far Cry game set in the Cenozoic era of like somewhere in Middle Europe. And yes, it is a dramatized version of what life was like back then. But it's a really cool idea. I really like putting a lot of the caveman aspect there. and I'm probably saying this as a fan of like prehistoric life in general. So when you put a game where I have to survive as a caveman against like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats and cave bears, my inner dino nerd is a little happy. Now, if only we could have one with dinosaurs. A Far Cry game with dinosaurs. That would actually be like, do that, Jurassic Park. After Jurassic Park Survival, make that your next game. Anyway, getting back on topic. This is a cool game. I love how they invented a whole language for each of the tribes. I also like this game's also beautiful. This whole valley's very beautiful. Does it have a lot of the repetition from Far Cry 4 in terms of gameplay? Yes, but I think they do something neat by using like Stone Age technology and everything else. So that's why it's here. Next up, you got Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon is a great addition to this game. I really do like it. I really do like this. I really do like this one. It's just fun, straight up action. I really do enjoy a lot of. I love the scenery. I love the campiness of it. And I played this. I feel like they looked at what was it, Kung Fury, and just went, do that as a video game. And why haven't we gotten Blood Dragon 2, Ubisoft? Oh, because it would be garbage now, because this is current Ubisoft. Got it. Next up, Far Cry 5. I know, a little heretical, but hear me out. Far Cry 5 is a beautiful setting. Also, I think the family is a pretty deadly villain. I think the expansion, I'm going to say this right now, the expansion DLC to Far Cry 5 is ass. Just straight up monkey ass. Straight up like someone diarrhea monkey, like a chimp diarrheaed in his hand and flung it at the screen, and that's the game. Yeah. But the game, the original Far Cry 5 itself, I have an affinity for it. I think it's got some great wilderness. I think it's got some great vibes. Yeah, I just think it's neat. To quote Marge Simpson, I just think it's neat. Anyway, so next up, Far Cry 3. This is where the game series really hit it off. Far Cry 3 was the game that everyone, this is where the franchise really hit its stride. This was its high point. Far Cry 3 is a great story. It has a great setting, great villain in Vas Montenegro. Citra and her tribe are great. All the weapons and upgrades are awesome. Love it. I think this was my first Far Cry game. I'm pretty sure it was everyone else's first Far Cry game as well. I have no doubt in my mind that everyone else, this was their first Far Cry game as well. It's brutal. It's great. It's got some great cinematography, some great scenery, I should say. Excuse me. Great scenery, great setting, great villains. Everything about it is awesome. But my all-time favorite Far Cry game is Far Cry 4. First off, Pagan Min is like the best villain in the entire franchise. You do not argue with me on that. You will lose. I love the Himalayan setting. I also love the Yeti expansion levels. Those were really cool too. I love the the India Himalayas border kind of storyline. I also love the character. RJ is a very tragic character in his own right. Doing all these horrible things. Also, yes, I did unlock the secret ending where you just sit there for like 30 minutes. That's the ending, and then you get the secret ending. Yeah, got that. The whole land of Kirat is gorgeous to look at and great to explore. Even when traveling to the Himalayas, that's also awesome. The weapons loadout is probably my favorite, and yeah, some of the best animals to fight and hunt. Outside, I think the only one that compares to the wildlife in here, I would say better, is probably Primal, but that's mostly because I'm a dino nerd. Anyway, so that's my rankings for the Far Cry games. You guys tell me in the comments below, where do the Far Cry games rank for you? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.